Thank you for taking a moment to learn more about DGI webinars. The next few slides are going to give you full details on what to expect when you enroll in a DGI webinar. The best place to start when you're interested in enrolling is to go to DGItraining.com. Click on Webinars. From there, you'll find a complete list of current webinars we offer. We have 49 CFR, IATA, and IMDG recurrent classes, as well as classes based on hazard use ship. If you only ship consumer commodities, infectious substances, flammable liquids, these courses are available to you also. Once you have completed the registration process, you will get a confirmation email. Keep this email. You will need to reference it several times. The first thing you need to do is print your workbook. From your confirmation email, click the workbook link to download and print your workbook. Once your workbook is printed, you'll want to put it in a 3-ring binder. This helps keep you organized throughout the day so you can navigate throughout the workbook with the instructor. The next thing you need to do is see if you need regulations for your course. Review your confirmation email and check under the regulations section. Our 49 CFR, IATA, and IMDG webinars require regulations. We at DGI do not sell the regulations. However, we suggest you purchase a copy from DG Supplies, Label Master, or J.J. Keller. We don't want you to forget about your webinar, so we're going to send you some reminder emails. Reminder emails will go out 1 week, 1 day, and 1 hour prior to your webinar. They contain the same information that was in your initial confirmation email. The day of the webinar is here. It's time to join your course. Go back to your confirmation email and you will find 2 options for joining the webinar. You may be asked to complete a quick download to join the webinar. Click Yes, Always, or Run if prompted to accept the download. You may also get a pop-up that says you're waiting for your webinar to start. Please wait patiently. Once your instructor starts the class, you will automatically be entered into the course. When you join the webinar, you will see a screen similar to this. The control panel will be on the right and the presentation screen will be on the left. Let's get familiar with the control panel. You can expand and collapse the control panel by clicking the orange arrow. This will allow for a larger presentation area. You will be muted during the webinar to cut down on background noise. You can view and change your audio options from telephone to mic and speakers. There is a webcam feature, however, at this time we are choosing not to use it. We feel it is more of a distraction from learning how to ship dangerous goods. From the control panel, you can also submit a question or chat with your instructor. When connecting to the audio, you have 2 options. You can use your telephone or connect directly to your computer's mic and speakers. Should you choose to use telephone, please follow the on-screen dialing instructions. You will enter an access code as well as a PIN number followed by the pound sign. When you use your mic and speakers, please make sure your speakers are turned up nice and loud. We always recommend using mic and speakers because then you're not tied to your telephone all day, and also long distance charges often apply when you connect through a telephone. On your control panel, you will also find a raise your hand option. The instructor will use the raise your hand function to poll the group throughout the day, help keep you engaged, and communicate your status. She may ask you to raise your hand when you return from a break or lunch to indicate that you're back and ready to continue. During a webinar, we also use poll questions to help keep you engaged and go over exercise questions at the end of each chapter. We encourage you to chat with your instructor and ask questions throughout the webinar. Depending on the questions asked, your instructor will either answer privately to you or direct the question to the entire group if she believes everyone will benefit. During a DGI webinar, you can plan for a couple 10-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch. During break and lunchtime, Please do not disconnect from the webinar. Simply walk away from your desk. When you return, your instructor will probably ask you to raise your hand so she knows you're back and ready to continue with the session. Okay, you've made it through the course. You now know how to ship dangerous goods. It's time to take the exam. Return to your confirmation email and find your exam link. Simply click on the link and you will be taken into the exam. To access the exam, you will need to input your password. The instructor will provide the password at the end of the course. Please write it down. Your exam will look similar to this. Please take your time and read each question carefully. Once you've completed the exam, push the Submit button at the bottom. When your exam is submitted, one copy will be emailed to you. Please keep it for your records. One copy will also be sent to the instructor for grading. You must pass all DGI exams within 80%. If you're struggling to reach that 80%, your instructor will email you and ask you to resubmit some questions. Return to your confirmation email, access the exam, and answer the questions that the instructor has asked of you. Once you pass the exam, the instructor will email with your grade. Exams must be completed the same day unless otherwise specified by your instructor. Once you have successfully completed your webinar and passed the exam, your certificate will be emailed to you. Certificates are typically emailed out within 24 to 48 hours of completion of the webinar. I hope you now feel more comfortable and confident when enrolling in a DGI webinar. Should you have any questions, give me a call, 904-321-0874, or send me an email at webmaster@dgitraining.com. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about DGI webinars.